Hi, this is Jack Sora from Django in June, and we're going to have a new video lesson for the Tune of the Month out real soon. But in the meantime, I thought you might want to dig into this bonus lesson for the Tune of the Month from last month, I Found a New Baby. And I asked my friend, the great jazz accordionist Dallas Vietty, if he could just show us something simple to do when we're soloing over the first 4 bars of the A section of I Found a New Baby. So that's the part that goes from D minor to A7 to D minor to D7. So those chords go by sort of one measure at a time, and I know when I was starting out, anytime the chords flew by every measure, I felt kind of overwhelmed. So I thought it would be great to have some of the great musicians who we've had on staff at Django and June in the past sort of walk us through some simple strategies for soloing when we have moments like that on some of the tunes we're looking at. You'll find PDFs with the sheet music for the 3 examples Dallas shows us in the description box below, and that's in standard and tab for the guitarists, and standard notation for most of the rest of us, and standard notation for B-flat instruments as well. And even though Dallas is an accordionist, this is the kind of thing that any instrumentalist could learn from. So guitarists dig into this stuff, violinists dig into this. It's simple and it's fun, and he's got a nice idea. And we talk about it a little bit, sort of where he came up with this idea at the very end of the video. And I apologize, the audio for that part is just from a Zoom call, so that isn't quite as nice as his quick lesson. And he shows us this very cool super lick, which is sort of where all these ideas come from. And that, he just rattled that off the cuff, and it doesn't quite follow exactly the same changes, but the idea is really cool. And if you want to dig into that, I decided not to write that out because I figured that was sort of beyond the purview of this lesson, and I figure if you're ready for that, you should also be ready to transcribe that by ear. But if you are feeling up to it, that's a cool idea too. I know I'm going to be working on all of these things myself. So without further ado, here's the lesson.
Over the first 4 bars, a cool thing that would be really simple, start on D minor, go up to D minor, and then just drop the D to a C sharp, and you can even keep the F and A. So we can have the whole thing coming down as a D minor. And then the last one, you got to change your F natural to an F sharp. So that's one idea. I'm going to show 2 more variations though. Something like that. Or if you wanted to do a bigger thing, and then went on to the 5th bar. So they're all variations on the same idea, a simple arpeggiation with that ba da da da.
And so is that just an idea that you dreamed up? Or is that something you've kind of lifted from somewhere, or a variation on something you've heard? Like, where's
A lot
that
of times
coming
I
from?
do that, but more complex. So I like the 6th diminished scales kind of thing. That sounds, when you do it in minor on a tune, it sounds like more like classical or something. So yeah, so I do that. And the 2nd chord would be a diminished, not a minor. Yeah, and then try to carry it all the way to the let's see. Whatever. After that.
Yeah.
So something like that I like to do a lot.
So this is sort of like a more accessible version of a sort of broader concept that you do a lot.
Yeah, because we have those walk-ups all the time,
Yeah.
Musettes, they all do that at some point. And
Nice. Yeah. Anything accordionists specifically should know about fingering for those passages, or is that pretty straightforward?
I would say don't be afraid to use your thumb on everything, It drops down real nice.
Even on the black keys.
Even on the black keys, yeah.
All right.
The reason we tend not to use our thumb on the black keys is because the black key is shorter and the thumb is shorter. So then it turns your hand sideways. And so a lot of times beginners are told, don't use the thumb on black keys because it just throws everything off.
Right.
But in this case, it's easy to just drop it down.
Got it. Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's everything we need. Thanks so much, Dallas.
Cool. See you.
All right. Sweet. All right. Thanks for hanging in. We will be rolling out new tunes every month leading up to Django in June, and honestly, the tune and video lesson list will probably ramp up as we get closer to the festival. So you'll see more tunes and more videos coming your way. So thanks for watching and happy practicing.